Hello, guys and girls. It is I, Aaron Lee here, or Aaron Halo 18 here, and I'm doing a video today called Halo 5 Guardians Discussion Series Episode 12. And I did watch both cinematic trailers of Blue Team and Fire Team Arias. They were really good cinematic opening trailers. They showed the intro, and also I saw some gameplay footage of the first mission and second mission and third, I believe. And they showed gameplay with people. I guess Microsoft has some thing going on with Xbox where people went to play the game and checked it out and stuff and left reviews and stuff like that. And I really like the trailers. I really like all the gameplay trailers and all the trailers of Halo 5. Even the teaser trailer. And I hope 343 Industries will hear my videos. And Microsoft Studios, I hope they hear it too. The game developer for Microsoft is called Microsoft Studios is the video game department for Microsoft. They're the ones who made Xbox and Halo and 343 Industries. I really like their products and yes, I like to read articles from Halo Waypoint .com. I guess I'm sorry I don't put the links down in the description or something. I just wanted to. You can probably type it in. It's on HaloWaypoint.com. Go under Community and where it says News, click up there, and you will see the article that I read on this website. I get it from, and I want to do a little bit of review on the trailers as well. I thought they were well made, and I like the 1080p, the high definition, and the 60 frames per second. And Halo 5 looks pretty good. I'm really excited. I like it more than I did Halo 4. And it's a pretty cool game. And I hope to get 31,000 on each Halo video. And continue to subscribe to my channel and don't unsubscribe. And sorry that I use other people's videos on my channel, but I just like to use the gameplay videos. I'm not very good at making my own videos. It's hard for me to make stuff for video games and all of that, and I want to continue doing this YouTube to make everybody happy on the YouTube, and I would like more subscribers to continue subscribing to my channel. And I was going to read an article from B is for Bravo. B is for Bravo. 24 hours ago, he wrote this article, and it says, "It has been a wonderfully busy week, hasn't it? Gameplay preview tours from across the world have concluded, and you've been on the receiving end of a healthy drop of brand new Halo 5 Guardians content over the past few days. You've seen a look at new cinematics, campaign gameplay, developer interviews, and just today, a sizable amount of arena goodness with brand new multiplayer gameplay previews. We hope that you like what you've seen so far, and whether the footage makes the wait shorter or longer, that you're excited to play in just over 30 days. Our friends Furnace 447 and Unishek from the Halo subreddit. The subreddit, I think I'm on that one too. I don't know. Let me go back to that article. There's a link to the Halo subreddit on this article as well. And if you ever do find this article, it's under it's a blog of some sort from the community. From the Halo subreddit, took the time to put together some discussion mega threads for this week's campaign footage and reviews. And also today's arena drop. Chances are that you're still catching up on gameplay videos, and truth be told, we are as well. You're so quite thankful that these fine folks took the time to compile these mega threads. If you're looking to get up to speed on everything from this week, these well-organized threads are a fantastic place to start. They have a lot of links in this article too. And it says right here, hey guys, so all signs point to a lot of campaign footage dropping tomorrow. We'll be doing our best to remove titles that spoil anything and tag the rest up appropriately, but be forewarned that we can't be here every minute of the day. So please direct discussion to this thread and review the following points. 1. No spoilers in titles. Please report any post with a spoiler in the text or the contents. 3. The only way to be 100% sure of remaining spoilerless is to go dark now. It's probably for a good 24 hours to make sure we've cleaned it up. Our spoiler policy is in effect. Violating it will result in a ban. 5. Our rules are in effect. Violating them will result in a ban. It's going to be cool to see the new campaign levels tomorrow. But let's all do our part to help keep it clean. Thanks, guys. For Darius, we'll be consolidating all reviews and footage into this thread as to avoid cluttering the rest of the subreddit. Thank you for understanding. Thanks to /u/Unishek for this consolidation. Complete reviews, both missions, article, Destructoid, Eurogamer, VentureBeat, Engadget /Joystick, GameSpot, Game Informer, Games Radar, Polygon, Halo France, AR12. Complete reviews, both missions, video, kind of funny games, IGN, game trailers. Blue Team, mission video, Xbox, Bow, Pontacular, Ready Up Live, More Console, 17K Group, Games Radar, Halo Follower, Chief, Chinook, Polygon, Halo France, Outside Xbox, IGN, Black Eye Skull, Super Normal Mode, Blue Team, the Blue Team mission article reserved. Enemy Lines Fireteam Arias mission video, Ready Up Live, Polygon, GameSpot, from above, Halo France 1 and 2. Super normal mode. Enemy lines, Fireteam Rise mission article. AR 12. AR 12 exclusive Halo 5 Guardians Enemy Lines campaign gameplay. When I got hands on with Halo 5 Guardians last week, I was also given the opportunity to capture some footage for you all. In the video, you'll see the full mission of enemy lines, including all gameplay and cutscenes without spoilers. You'll also get a glimpse at the main menu and the character voting screen at the beginning of the video. The gameplay is direct feed without any commentary or interruptions. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy 15 minutes of 1080p Halo 5 Guardians footage. Enemy Lines is a mission played by Spartan Locke and Fireteam Arias. During the gameplay, I was playing co-op with a bunch of others at the preview session. Fireteam Arias consists of Locke, Buck, Kanka, and Vale. I was playing as Vale, who came equipped with an SMG and plasma pistol by default. In Enemy Lines, players must retrieve Halsey's constructor. In the initial cutscene, we were flown in a Pelican and briefed by Commander Palmer. Halsey's constructor is in a Forerunner facility north of where you start. However, there is a Kraken that will try to stop you. The Arbiter's team is going to hit the Kraken from the air while you need to handle the ground support. Eventually, you'll need to get inside the Kraken, destroying the generator inside before proceeding to a Forerunner facility where you'll get the constructor before the mission concludes. Prometheans appear, and they aren't too happy with what's been stolen. Throughout the gameplay, you'll get to see many of the changes coming to Halo 5 Guardians. This includes the introduction of the new Spartan abilities, such as Sprint, Ground Pound, Slide Thruster Pack, Climber, Charge, and Smart Scope. You'll also get to see the new Phaeton in action when taking down the Kraken. Be sure to check out our exclusive preview of the Halo 5 Guardians campaign right here. Packed with a bunch of new screenshots taken in-game. Plus, I take an in-depth look at Blue Team, another mission I got to play, as well as my impressions, thoughts, and ideas on the gameplay and story after playing the Halo 5 Guardians campaign. This was written by Alan. Alan is a cheeky Irish lad who speaks with a funny accent. He may or may not be one of the head writers for AR12ggaming.com. He also helps moderate live streams. Probably has a thing for Ray's sister, Microsoft fan boy. They have a lot of articles though. I don't. This is me, guys, on YouTube again. I guess there's I like doing that stuff about Halo and stuff. I don't know. Halo 5 Guardians has some new toys, but a familiar feel. 12:01 a.m. on September 23rd, 2015, by Ray Gutierrez at Ray vs. Meet Kelly, Fred, Linda, and John. Master Chief Cortana fronts elites in the UNSC. All names that should sound familiar to Halo fans and fans of gaming alike. Before we had Guardians, there was just Evolved Combat in the original Halo Combat Evolved, which released on the first Xbox on November 15th, 2001. Since then, the Halo franchise has endured several sequels, prequels, books, spin-offs, and a short collection of naughty fan fiction in the darkest reaches of the internet. But a lot has changed since 2001. The Master Chief, the Halo franchise, poop. Even Xbox isn't king anymore. Gamers growing up with Cortana are older now, wiser, hopefully, and more discerning. I know I am. I've grown tired of sequels and unoriginal ideas. I need some avocado and salsa sauce tossed into my gaming from time to time, just to keep things interesting. My good friend and mutual Halo fanatic, Kayla Carlson, joined me at an all-day event hosted by Microsoft and 343 Industries in San Francisco, where they graced us with a preview build of Halo 5 Guardians. And boy, has Master Chief grown up. So far, 343 Industries is on a course to deliver a whooping meal of a game. Read on for our breakdown and video preview on what we liked and disliked during our preview session with Halo 5 Guardians campaign. They showed a video of theirs up there. What they say? Set 8 months after the end of Halo 4, Halo 5 Guardians dives into the intrigue surrounding the Master Chief as he breaks away from the UNSC to uncover the truth of inexplicable events. Close on his heels, Spartan Locke, a legendary manhunter with Fireteam Arias and a rising new star in the UNSC, is hunting the Master Chief to find answers of his own. Experience the most dramatic Halo story to date in a 4-player cooperative epic that spans 3 incredible worlds in a galaxy of war with itself. Halo 5 Guardians is evolving. What Ray and Kayla like. Visually, the game is vibrant. It's full of color pops, explosions, and beautifully rendered characters and textures. Takes full advantage of the Xbox One. 2. Jumping and climbing / clambering allows you to explore new heights, gain better advantage points on enemies, and discover hidden skulls and terminals more easily than ever before. Your day spending 45 minutes trying to glitch jump that rock while are pretty much over. 3. Spartan Charge introduces a new melee mechanic. It allows you to break through certain walls and structures, sometimes as part of the storyline, sometimes on your own exploration to discover hidden rooms and pathways. Spartan Charge also acts as a one-hit shield breaker on enemies, amplifying close quarters combat. 4. Revive and tracking. New abilities specifically for campaign allow you to call for help or aid fallen teammates, and always know where your objective is. While I ended up using quite a bit due to the world feeling much more open and expansive. 5. Listening to the Covenant chatter is always amusing. I spent more time trolling a grunt, waiting to hear what he has to say about the Master Chief than allowing and actually following the campaign mission. And number 6, Halo veterans may find the new 60 frames per second off-putting by removing the cinematic immersion of Halo or junk in the trunk, but after getting acclimated, Halo 5 is smooth, easy on the eyes, and just pure joy to control, especially on the Xbox One's controller, and fantastic use of the rumbling triggers. What Ray and Kayla dislike. 1. Watching Master Chief take a knee and request assistance from a squad mate when he's down will take some getting used to. It reeks more of Gears of War than a new gameplay enhancement. Number 2. The all-knowing and all-seeing AI favorite, Cortana, has been replaced with a Master Chief who uncharacteristically talks too much. 3. Your Fireteam AI, Blue Team Kelly 087, Fred 104, Linda 058, and Fireteam Arias are non-existent for the most part and operate autonomously. They'll aimlessly follow you around and partake in the firefight with generic bro chatter that you'd hear in a Call of Duty game, and not nearly as witty, random, or entertaining as a UNSC Marine. But you can give your fire team contextual commands like go to the location, attack my target, use turret or vehicle, even if they're acting more like distractions or decoy for enemies. Number 4. Run and gun is not a recommended strategy. Keeping an eye on your ammo. There's never enough ammo bouncing around. High vantage points, ground pound to avoid enemies, and remembering which ability does what leads to a more strategy and thinking than most Halo veterans are used to. More Halo 5 Guardians facts. 1. 3 epic worlds, epic battle, and epic scale. 2. A gripping story full of new and returning fan favorite character, and introducing enemies that will change the Halo universe forever. 4. The ability to play through the entire campaign either solo or with up to 3 other friends online through seamless drop in slash drop slash out co-op on dedicated servers. Number 4. Make your team a deadly weapon by commanding them with Halo 5 Guardians Fireteam AI, or team up with friends online and experience the story through the perspective of your Spartan teams. Number 5. Expansive, complex battlefield design to support more players, more enemies, and even more intense, epic scale battles than ever before. Kayla's final initial thoughts on previewing Halo 5 Guardians. Tons of new abilities for campaign and multiplayer that will change the way people play, but there is still enough that feels true to the Halo franchise that OG players aren't going to feel abandoned. Definitely some new game types that I know are going to suck every minute out of my days when it's released. And of course, I'm excited to see the storyline play out. We got a pretty good preview that sparked some feels, so I'm ready to see where they go with it. Is it October yet? Now, photo gallery, 11 images. Click to zoom, browse by swap, or use arrow keys. And it's by internet as tags of 343 Industries, first-person shooter, Halo, Microsoft previews, video, Xbox One, Ray Cortez, creative lead. That's it for that article. Halo 5 Guardians. Halo 5 Guardians campaign feels like a series coming to life. By Mike Futter on September 23rd, 2015 at 2:01 a.m. 19,575 views. Xbox One and 4-star article and 40 comments. There's no denying the power of Microsoft's Halo franchise. The series has been synonymous with the Xbox since the original hulking black and green console launched in 2001. And as much as I've enjoyed past outings, something about the two Halo 5 Guardians campaign missions makes me feel like the series is coming alive in a new way. Past adventures with the Master Chief and Halo ODST's Rookie have felt solitary to the point of loneliness. Even with Cortana's infrequent chatter, Halo made its bones pitting one man against an army of absurdly powerful adversaries. In the bits that I played, it seems that Halo 5 is shifting away from that elegantly. I experienced a mission with Chief Frederick, Linda, and Kelly, the fabled blue team, and one with Spartan Locke, played by Halo's Halo Nightfall's Mike Coulter, ODST's Buck, voiced by Quipster Nathan Fillion, and newly minted Spartans Tinka and Vale. Not only does this enhance 4-player cooperative play, each Spartan has a different design applied to the first-person view, but being able to direct your team in massy, not individually, unfortunately, to flank enemies or focus fire on a specific target. The command options are thinner than you'll find in recent games, especially compared to titles like Mass Effect, in which you can position individual members of your 3-person squad. In addition to having 4 additional guns firing on Cortana and Forerunner forces, the battlefield felt more alive with chatter among the teams. Blue team seems more stoic, though not without humor. Fire Team Arias is dominated by Buck's joking. The 2 missions take place at very different points in the campaign. Blue Team's excursion to a former UNSC base held by Covenant forces takes place quite early in the game. Fire Team Arias, landfall of the elite homeworld of Sanghelios, occurs much later and features the giant Kraken Walker seen above. While the settings of these 2 levels are impressive, and the game seems to be running smoothly so far, I take notice of the more subtle chances. Enemy AI has received an overhaul with new animations that will likely keep even seasoned Halo fans on their toes. It's been a while since Hunter pairs felt imposing. I remember my first run-in with them in Combat Evolved, and it was a terrifying encounter. When they come on the scene during Blue Team's mission, they don't do so shortly. What makes things more interesting is that the old tricks don't work. Watching a hunter swat away an incoming grenade was a signal that I needed to change my tactics, and quickly. Ordering my team to draw fire while I worked up my way around the black set up a good situation to pelt the exposed, squashy parts of the wormy mass with hot lead and plasma. With the 2 of the beasts stomping around the area, it was a good thing that teammates can now survive down but not out Spartans under most circumstances. However, that doesn't mean your teammates can't be entirely incapacitated until the next checkpoint. Just that you won't be reloading quite so often. While Halo 5 Guardians feels a bit more different so far from past installments, it comes across as more of an evolution. The same can be said for the multiplayer modes, which will be able which we will be able to talk about starting on Friday. Well, that's it for that article. That was from Game Informer. I already read AR-12. I don't know. GameSpot has a really long one. I don't know. Chasing After the Chief by Mike Mahardy on September 23rd, 2015. Halo 5 Guardians asks a difficult question at its outset. Is the Master Chief Halo's longtime protagonist and iconic leading man really a good person? Unto Truth, a fictional podcast series created as a prelude to Halo 5's release. Revealed skeletons from John 117's past that call his true nature into question. Not only are there rumors about his mysterious upbringing and involvement in a lethal incident with fellow soldiers, he's also gone AWOL since Halo 4's ending. This suspicion sets the stage for a unique dynamic. You can play as the aforementioned super soldier and his fellow blue team members, or you can play as Spartan Locke and Team Arias, the squad assigned to chase the Chief down. I think Locke gives us an interesting opportunity as an outside perspective to look at the Chief and question some of his motivations. 805 leads Josh Holmes told me at a recent demo event when Chief decides to journey off on his own with Blue Team. He asks the United Nations Space Command why he is doing this. Locke is ultimately the person called upon to find these answers, and Locke will come to his own conclusions, even though things will change over the course of the story. If Halo 5 Guardians is one extended chase scene, then the universe is our crowded city street. I played through 2 missions, and they took place in vastly different environments. A lowly Office of Naval Intelligence facility, and a desert landscape on Singelius, the planet of Halo's bipedal elites. And these missions dwarf any others into the franchise. Halo Reach succeeded by placing us amid raging battles, and Halo 3 ODST's open world department from the linearity of previous campaigns. But Halo 5's scale is something more. My trek through Singelius as Sergeant Locke highlighted that scope. Right away, I stood on a cliff with the rest of the fire team, Arias overlooking a cannon below us. And then came one leg, then another, and then a third. Up from the gaping maw came a Kraken, one of the Covenant's largest weapons. It reminded me of the Scarabs in Halo 2 and Halo 3, hulking behemoths 8 stories high. complete with plasma cannons and squads of alien pilots. But the Kraken was bigger than these scarabs combined, as Holmes said. It's bigger than some entire sections of Halo 4's single-player campaign. In fact, the Kraken occupied so much of the map that I assumed it was just part of the background, but it wasn't. A call came over the radio, and destroying the Goliath became our main priority. So we jumped into nearby fighter ships, destroyed a dozen turrets, and the Kraken's upper deck descended into its bowels and destroyed it from the inside. This encounter lasted 10 minutes. With 4 playable Spartans on each team, we really had to increase the enemy count and the number of situations you might find yourselves in. Holmes said, it's challenging from a design standpoint, but it became one of the driving forces of our campaign direction. Despite the other missions' lonely corridors, there was a grand sense of scale there as well. As I traveled the Oni's facilities, darkened hangars, as Chief and the rest of the Blue Team, shackle snipers leapt from platform to platform, grunt horrors poured from the shadows, and elites drained our shields with sustained plasma fire. But amid all of this interplanetary conflict, there's an intimate thread and emotional dichotomy between the between the scale of its fights and the relationships of its characters. Blue Team is worried about Chief and the toll his job has taken on him. They check up on him as if he's okay, place a calming hand on his shoulder before the mission begins. He's 46 years old at the end of Halo 4, and he's been fighting for most of his life. You get the feeling the term rest and relaxation doesn't mean much to him. There's a contrast between two groups. Holmes said, Blue Team has known each other for years and already have chemistry. Fire Team Arias is newly formed and still getting to know one another. You'll see that in cutscenes and in-game dialogue, that they're still trying to find themselves, this motley crew of different personalities. The juxtaposition between these developing relationships and the battles they're placed in different tend to feel forced. At least now the 2 missions I played. Halo 4 told an endearing emotional story between Chief and Cortana. And as 343 Studios' second original Halo title, I'm interested to see if that will carry over in Halo 5's final release and extend the longevity of the already prolific series. Mike McCarty, editor, ex-New Yorker, enthusiast of gent, concerto, and rock and roll. That's it for that GameSpot article. Okay. Halo 5 Guardians campaign isn't as Call of Duty askew as you think. Molly, can you push it, please? Just Heroes on September 23rd, 2015. Share it on Facebook and share it on Twitter. More. 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 Left over there. Right hand forward. Halo is approaching holy text levels of significance in people's minds by this point. Bungie's famous 30-second combat loop doctrine is the unimpeachable transformative argument. These wide open blood spattered sandboxes are promised land with shiny Master Chief standing above it all, a faceless gunmetal messiah. Suggest that any of these elements be changed, or Cortana help you be the one changing them, and watch as conservative seal reigns forth like so much 140 character brimstone. Then hey, why not? Halo's pretty cool. These days, the series is less interesting for setting the standard for FPSs on consoles, and more for being the genre's steadfast stick in the mud, a looping strategic shooter in a world of Twitch shooter. Twitch friendly insta death bloodbaths, which makes the non-insignificant maelstrom of flack that 343 Industries has been cooping for how it's treating the franchise it was created to protect. I'll spare you the lengthy, unpleasant metaphor for the Catholic Church here. Just know that. Yes, I consider it rather interesting. From the outside, those changes look widespread and deep. Seen most of the series, most relic, the campaign, Halo's long-standing love affair with split-screen co-op is over, jettisoned into the heavens to make room for a 60 frames per second flow. The Chief is now only half of the single-player experience and is conspicuous in his green HUD absence from the game's opening cinematic, with players taking up position behind the eyes of Luciferan good bad guy Spartan Locke. Perhaps most damning of all, the first showing of campaign gameplay came with a set piece, every vertical slice at E3. Locke was running through corridors, both tangible and invisible, walled, following conspicuous story waypoints and spits, having some control taken away as a platform collapsed and he slid along on his bum for a few seconds. It was different. It was constricted. It was Call of Duty, which is weird because when I played it last week, it felt more or less like good old Halo. You gotta stop there. Two new levels were on show. Blue Team's first playable mission, efficiently titled Blue Team and Enemy Lines, a mid-game Maritime Arias mission. While their cast of characters and locations differed wildly, they've connected by a single philosophy. Both are fatally obsessed with funneling you into an enormous space, filling it with enemies and letting you get on with good old alien hunting in whatever fashion you deem fit, by which I mean their Halo levels. Blue Team takes place through the corpse-strewn interior of an out-of-contact Oni ship. Chief and his squadron of Grim, all business Spartan 2s, make their way through hangars and down elevators, discovering more and more evidence of a Covenant plot and some more surprising events that are so spoilery. I literally had to sign a bit of paper written by a lawyer to say I wouldn't spoil them for you right now. When it comes with the Route 1 macho storytelling that 343 rung in with Halo 4, the level design certainly draws on the older games for inspiration. One section leads you to the back end of a warehouse setting, so massive that it takes you a battle rifle zoom to realize that those flicks of light on the other side are a group of jack-packed jackals blasting from platform to platform towards you. And then the old decisions kick in. Do you snipe them from your advantage? Grab the shotgun, glowing bright blue. You can't miss dropped items these days. Beside you, and sneak around the crates to smash the weaklings in a rear assault. Or press up on the D-pad to order your AI squad to deal with them and run past to the elite shaped prizes. No doubt backing them up is pleasingly free-form stuff and bearing one or two story-heavy interludes. The level continues in this vein, escalating to the point where you're told to destroy the ship's reactor cooling system, giving a full complement of Banshees and told to go literally nuclear. Enemy lines set on the elite home world of Helios takes a similar, if slightly trickier approach. It's set amidst a battle between factions as friendly Covenant ships fill the skybox with explosions trying to take down an enormous techno-squid weapons platform called a Kraken. While Locke and his fire team Arias have a slightly smaller scale challenge. You're on the hunt for a lost Forerunner artifact / weapon system ignition key, leading you through ancient architecture. It's more reminiscent of the same as Indiana Jones films than Halo games. Multi-level temples form your sandboxes here and are peppered with snipers, gun turrets, even secrets. Certain walls can be smashed down with Spartan shoulder charges, and certain uncovered packages contain amusing little audio logs made by bored grunts. On harder difficulties, your team absolutely has to work together to get through. There are simply too many enemies to deal with alone. Here lies my only real problem. With the game's new systems, the AI squad controls only go so far, and aren't always effective. There's something vaguely stimulating about ordering my team to take down a Wraith tank, only to be told, I'm busy with the grunt here, and asking to be revived, possible in all but the most explosive deaths. Sometimes makes the AI blind. In fact, my soon-to-be Cavalier is surrounded by the Hunter mini-bosses who took me down, instead leading to multiple casualties. They also appear to be aware of their functionality, immortality. Enemy lines ends with escaping a collapsing Kraken, but in my case, I made the escape alone. Then watched my colleagues tumble into a cannon with the machine, seemingly aware that only I had to be alive to finish the level. Seeing 3/8 of the game's cast die because they can't be bothered to move rather breaks the immersion. Human companies are definitely preferable, and my time coordinating with a friend on how to take down a group of tucked away jackal snipers. Enter one of us, sneaks up to their camping spot. The other pins them down with shade, turret, plasma fire. Was absolutely the best fun I had with the game in hours of play. That sense of being a super soldier, just slightly out of their depth, has always led to Halo's greatest moments. The slow battle up the silent cartographer beach on legendary springs to mind, and the teetering balance of power and recklessness is here in full force on many occasions. The Spartans might be considered more nimble metahumans than before, equipped as they were with thrusters, ground pounds, and shockingly the ability to climb over small ledges. But they still ultimately feel like graceful man tanks, stomping about, stopping for a shield to recharge and stomping anew. And Ohim rhythm of death. In fact, their biggest alteration is in just how chatty they are. In audio teams, this is easily the busiest Halo game to date. Fireteam Arias, in particular, are action movie equipping, constantly, dynamically congratulating each other on kills, and generally having a good time of it all. Even the Therese John 117 is forced into discussion on many occasions. Blue Team might be rather more stoic than their Spartan 4 hunters, but they still find time to discuss mission parameters and express weary collective shock at finding another galactic threat as you battle. That feeling extends to both sides of the fight. Grunts are as adorably put upon as ever, but jackals hiss insults. Elites tell their squads to shut up in case of an ambush. Spoilers, you ambush them. And hunters, well, hunters don't say much because they've made hundreds of symbiotic worms. The beauty here is how this stuff feeds into the sandbox warfare, with lions often playing out according to their actions. I feel as though they're entertaining enough to act as some monetary rewards for playing your way. Predictably, 60 frames per second play makes everything feel characteristically smooth and sets off 343's hidden best work, making all their weapon animations quite quietly spectacular. My personal favorite being when activating a dealer's iron sights, pops out a hologram projector that beams a proprietary UI in front of your widening eyes. Personally, I don't play locally enough for that split-screen sacrifice to make it be limit the trade-off, but this is always going to come down to personal preference. At the very least, and bearing any Master Chief Collection style disasters, being connected to Microsoft's cloud servers should make for a seamless online multiplayer experience. As to the impact of the dual character campaign, it's hard to judge on such a slender evidence. The hunter/hunted vibe seems to be pointing in some pretty obvious directions right now. It is going to be a full wash of grandiose sci-fi nonsense as always, but the difference in tone between both squads was welcome, and could even lend the game a storyline pace and spartanable humanity that Halo's sometimes struggled for. Any chance to a series as storied as Halo is likely to bring about a glut of comment, but it's probably more surprising just how much of the core game feels familiar. Unless 343 has pulled the nano wool over my eyes and gone out of its way to show off the only two campaign sections that lead towards the religious tenets of old Halo, I'm happily able to report that original gameplay trailer is an outlier and indulgent scrap of story guff that sits among long stretches of pleasantly traditional fare. Amen. Gadgets and gadget/joystick. Halo 5 Guardians is good fun, but it's better with friends. By Nathan Ingram, September 23rd, 2015 at 3:01 a.m. You can share on Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit. I'm a pretty huge video game fan, but I've never played a minute of the Halo series in my life. I've never even owned an Xbox console. As such, it's somewhat appropriate that a preview of Halo 5 Guardians was my introduction to the series. It's the first Halo game for the Xbox One, and it's undoubtedly a title that Microsoft is looking at as a system seller. The game shouldn't have a hard time getting longtime fans back into the fold. But what about someone like me? As an outsider to the series, it doesn't feel particularly welcoming. There's a huge amount of story lore to know about Halo at this point. And perhaps more importantly, the fifth game in a series probably assumes some gameplay and story knowledge on the part of participants. As someone without that knowledge, I was hoping developer 343 Industries managed to make the latest entry welcoming for noobs and veterans alike. Unfortunately, at this point, the verdict is still out. At a media-only event in San Francisco last week, I played through 2 single-player missions of Halo 5. They weren't constructive, nor were they the missions at the start of the game. I jumped right in with Master Chief and Blue Team in Mission 2, and then followed that up by getting my first look at Spartan Locke and his team in the game's 10th mission. The Master Chief mission was set deep in a cloud, dark, and generally unfriendly space station, complete with arbitrary but beautiful views out of the windows of the desolation and emptiness of space. Your mission is to try and reclaim the station, but things go haywire, and instead you're forced to activate a nuclear reactor and blow the place to smithereens. The Locke mission takes place in an entirely different environment, the goal being to take out a massive spaceship called the Kraken that's lying siege to the rocky, sun-baked canyons and mountains of the planet that you've landed on. But beyond each mission's immediate goals, I had no sense of how these events were of importance to the overall narrative. The Halo universe is complicated, almost Byzantine, and I had no real sense of what each character's motivations were at any point aside from don't die. That said, it doesn't seem fair to judge a game's story elements when you're not playing from the beginning. Fortunately, the jumbled story didn't detract from Halo 5's other delights. Yes, it might be hard to jump right into the universe if you're new to the series, but from a gameplay perspective, Halo remains as tight a first-person shooter experience as you can get. It's an extremely polished affair with controls that are easily grasped. But if you've ever played any console-based FPS game before, first-person shooter, you'll be right at home here. The game runs smoothly at 60 frames per second. It exudes a level of polish that makes you confident about what you're getting into. It's the definition of a AAA title. Overall, though the missions weren't exactly memorable. Even a day later, I had a hard time trying to remember exactly what I was trying to accomplish. Let me finish this article, I'll be done. Let me read this one article, I'll be done.
Yeah, but you can't do this in the middle of dinner hour, and you need to wrap it up.
I gotta wrap it up soon, guys. I'll continue these articles later. I'll just finish this one off, and then I'm done for the night. The gameplay was refreshingly varied, though both episodes featured plenty of first-person shooting. But there was also some fun and challenging vehicle-based sections that did a great job of breaking up wave after wave of enemies. The Locke mission had a particular thrilling section where you needed to fly into the heart of Kraken, land on the ship after dispatching a number of turrets, then fight your way into its depths to blow up the core. It's the kind of well-executed action set piece that could set the game apart from the many other titles like it. Even the alien killing didn't get tired due to continually changing environments. In particular, each mission had a lot of depth. There's a lot of action happening above and below you, making it extra challenging to know where to train your attention while clearing out a part of the map. But even though the majority of the missions involved mowing down hordes of Covenant grunts, elites, jackals, and hunters, they felt significantly less repetitive than those in Destiny, which is perhaps the most obvious point of comparison. Still, I wouldn't characterize the single-player experience as anything unexpected, nor was it particularly engaging or all that difficult. But that all changed when I got to try the co-op missions with 3 fellow human players. When you're playing by yourself, 805's AI controls the other 3 members of your team. At no point did I ever really feel those compassions were much of a help or hindrance. They were just there. And co-op, that's entirely different. The game ramps up the difficulty to account for your human-controlled companions. Unfortunately, this made the whole experience a lot more fun. There were at least 2 sections where our team battled several massive hunters as well as hordes of more standard enemies, and we had to be far more cautious and deliberate than in the single-player campaign. I'm almost done with the article. Sorry guys, my dad and mom are getting really mad here. I gotta go. I gotta finish this one part, and then I'm done. Case in point, if more than 2 of your teammates are down and waiting for assistance, chances are you're going to have to start over from scratch. The relief and feeling of success after getting past these tough sections was palpable, something that didn't come across while playing solo. Would Halo 5 Guardians be enough to get me to buy an Xbox One? Based on what I saw of the single player preview, probably not. This title will most likely appeal to the large group of hardcore fans out there, and will probably sell a bunch of Xbox Ones to those who haven't come on board yet. As for a noob like me, playing with friends made by me, I realize that multiplayer in particular, this new co-op mode, is the way to best enjoy Halo. It's been the series' strength since the very beginning. And Halo 5 seems posed to succeed again on the strength of that shared experience. And the tags for this article are 343 Industries, Halo, Halo 5. I'm done, guys. I'm done for today, guys. I will resume all this article stuff tomorrow. Or later, or I don't know, tomorrow. And please rate, comment, like, favorite, subscribe, view, thoughts, and opinions. I hope you liked it and enjoyed it for your viewing pleasure, guys and girls. And I will have to eat dinner now. And please drink some hot chocolate. And I'll see you all later. Bye.